TCS students, Mrs. Hausmann here to continue to read to you Mercy Watson Fights Crime by Kate DeCamillo and illustrated by Chris Van Dusen, with permission from Candlewick Press to read the book to you. Chapter 10. Yippee-i-oh! "Baby," shouted Eugenia, "come back here immediately." Baby got out of bed. She went into Eugenia's room. "Yes, sister," said Baby. "Did you hear that noise?" said Eugenia. "Was it a yippee-i-oh, sister?" "It was," said Eugenia. You are dreaming," said Baby. "Nonsense," said Eugenia. "Open the curtain." Baby opened the curtain. Together, the Lincoln sisters watched Mercy gallop across the lawn. They watched the little man on her back take his cowboy hat off and wave it over his head. "Yippee-i-oh!" the little man shouted. "That pig is disturbing the peace," said Eugenia, "and so is that cowboy riding her. I am calling the police." "Oh, sister," said Baby, "are you sure it's not a dream?" "It's a nightmare," said Eugenia. "That is what it is." Chapter 11. Next door, Mrs. Watson discovered that Mercy was not in her bed. "Mr. Watson," she shouted, "come at once." Mr. Watson came at once. "Mercy is not here," said Mrs. Watson. "Are you certain?" asked Mr. Watson. "Have you looked under the bed?" Mrs. Watson bent over. She looked under the bed. "She is not there," said Mrs. Watson. Mr. and Mrs. Watson stood together in Mercy's room. "What should we do?" asked Mrs. Watson. "Yippee-i-oh! It's that noise again," said Mrs. Watson. Mr. Watson went to the window. He opened the curtain. He looked out the window. "Mrs. Watson," said Mr. Watson, "we must call the fire department immediately. It's an emergency." Chapter 12. In reality, Leroy Nicker was a small thief on the back of a big pig. But in Leroy's mind, he was a cowboy riding a bucking bronco in the Wild West. "Being a cowboy is hard work," said Leroy Nicker. "I need some refreshment." Leroy reached in his shirt pocket. He grabbed hold of a butter barrel candy. He unwrapped it with one hand and he put it in his mouth. "Ah," said Leroy Nicker, "this is the life." But just then the pig kicked up her heels. The pig bucked. The pig reared. Leroy Nicker lost his grip. "Yippee!" said Leroy. He flew through the air. "Aye!" said Leroy. He landed on his back. "Oh!" said Leroy Nicker. Mercy Watson is having quite the adventure with Leroy Nicker. What do you think's going to happen next? Tell somebody in your family what you predict will happen. Join me again soon to hear the rest of Mercy Watson Fights Crime. See you soon. Bye-bye.